All right, thanks for tuning in to Chukwu's channel. I am Wu. Today we're going to be talking about 5 practical ways to increase your productivity. These ways have worked for me in both my personal and my work life, so they're tried and true from that perspective. Now, why is this important? We only have so many hours in the day, and if you're like me, you feel like your day is increasingly filled with a bunch of tasks. Maybe they're related, maybe they're not. And it's very important nowadays to make sure that you can get the most out of your waking hours. All right, so let's jump right in. The first way to increase your productivity is to plan your day in advance, right? Take a look at your calendar the night before, or quite frankly, days before. Try to make sure that your calendar is organized such that at the point when you really need to use most of your brain power for strategic things, complicated tasks, you don't have meetings during that time, okay? Make sure that you tackle your most strategic, resource-intensive resources from an intelligence and a brain power perspective at the time of the day when your energy is the highest. For me, that's in the morning. So anything strategic, anything complicated, I want to do that between the hours of 8 and 11 a.m., okay? Organize your meetings, make sure there are no nonsense meetings on your calendar, things that you don't need to attend, okay? So the long and short here is make sure your day is planned out. You want things to be organized in advance. You want to be able to tackle your complex tasks when your mind is the freshest. Some people that's in the afternoon, but again, for me, that's in the morning. The next thing is, and this is going to sound counterintuitive to how you increase productivity, but one of the things I found is put fewer things on your to-do list. When you have 10, 15 things on your to-do list for a particular day, you basically end up doing one or none of them. That's what I found. Put no more than 3 important things on your to-do list. This does a couple things. One, it forces you to prioritize. You can't just write down everything that you want to do and just keep looking at the list, increasing your stress levels throughout the day. Cut things that aren't important or put them farther down the to-do list. So that's one thing. Put a few things on your to-do list. Don't move on to the next task on your to-do list until that first task is taken care of, and try to group things together, similar tasks. Like if you have a bunch of reports to write or a bunch of reports to edit, put those together. You have a bunch of strategic things to do, put those together, okay? So not too many things on the to-do list. The third way I found to increase productivity is to leverage AI, right? You're in 2025, you have all these chatbots, ChatGPT, Perplexity AI. There's been a lot of talk about what AI will ultimately come to be, how it will change everyone's day-to-day life, how it will change work life, how it will reduce headcount, etc. Right now, I really see it as an efficiency tool. It helps you take hours of research and conduct that research in minutes, quite frankly. It helps you draft things, presentations, copy, etc. Right? It's very good for those types of things. So a lot of the tasks that you used to have on your to-do list around create this presentation or write this draft, you can put a very carefully worded prompt into Perplexity AI. Give me a draft of XYZ PowerPoint template based on these considerations, and you'll be surprised at how useful that output is. You're going to have to go in there and fine tune and fill in the details, but the overall template, the rubric, the structure you can have coming straight out of these tools, okay? One thing I'll note is that you need to get good at prompt engineering. There are hundreds of videos on YouTube about that. Maybe I'll create my own to show you guys what has worked for me, but get better at prompt engineering. Leverage these AI tools. They're going to make you much more efficient. The third thing, and this is going to sound a bit strange, and some people may say, hey, Woo, I'm not able to really do this. The fourth thing, is to take a nap. Early afternoon between the hours of 12:30 p.m., 3 p.m., try to find time to take a 30-minute nap. You'll be surprised at how easy this is to do. One of the first things I said in my first recommendation was to block off time. Block off 30 minutes in your calendar a day and take a nap. You'll be surprised at how much energy you get after a 30-minute nap. You don't have to fall into a deep sleep. Just rest. Close your eyes, sit back in your desk. If you work outside, go to your car, go to your truck, turn on the AC, let the car run. And I know that's not super environmentally friendly, but we're trying to get productivity here. That's the goal. So try to take a nap. It increases your energy. It allows you to refocus. It re-energizes you, okay? And then the final thing that I've seen that works is try to delegate tasks. If you have coworkers or you have people underneath you that are better at certain tasks, assign those tasks to them. The true way to increase productivity nowadays is to make sure that you're using your time for the right things and things that either aren't a super high value or are better done by someone else. Delegate those tasks to that person, okay? One tactic I've used is in a work environment is asking myself a question. There's something on my to-do list. Is this really part of achieving a goal that I'm going to be judged on? At the end of the year, you have performance reviews. Is what I'm doing, does it ladder up? Does it roll up to something important that is going to be used to assess my performance at the end of the year? If not, you might want to consider giving it a lower weighting, pushing it farther down the to-do list, okay? Also have a clutter-free space. I'm a neat freak myself. Post-it notes everywhere, mess, trash, notifications going off on your cell phone, all of that clutter. It's clutter in your physical space, is clutter in your mind. Any way that you can reduce the amount of stuff on your desk is going to be really helpful, I found, in actually, increasing your productivity, okay? So we've talked about a few things. Plan your day in advance, right? Leverage AI. Put no more than 3 things on your to-do list. Try to take a nap, and ultimately try to delegate and focus on the important tasks. Let me know if you found other tactics that work. I'm interested in hearing those in the comments. Again, thank you for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you next time.